Hi, this is Nicole from Adaptation Station, and this is a preview of my emergency subplans for special education classrooms. Today, we will be looking at the spring set. This is designed to help in those emergency situations in which you don't have anything set up for your classroom. Typically, one of my assistants is in my classroom when I'm out, and she's able to run my classroom without me. However, I did have an instance where I was sick and neither one of my assistants were in. This is where this idea came from. I needed to have something that my assistant principal could have just printed and used, so I got to work and created one that other people could use. Let's take a look. There's something planned to help fill all the different parts of your day. There's science, social studies, reading, writing, and I'll walk through and show you everything that's included in the spring set. All of the subplans will have the same activities, just different content. So for this set, for the social studies, we're looking at community helpers, and there's two levels of the book. The first level is cutting and pasting the community helper in. The second one is coloring. Again, this is meant to be a really simple activity that your substitute could do during your social studies unit on the day that you are out. So it's pretty basic. It's just to help get her through the day and still make the day really meaningful for your students. The science topic is a hot and cold book, same setup. There is a cut and paste version, and then there's also a coloring version for students who struggle to cut and paste. This is the mealtime comment card that you can use to facilitate conversations or social skills during lunch or snack. This is an assembly task. So for this first one, they're going to cut out the pictures of the things for the picnic and glue it in. Again, for your students who struggle, there's another version where they can just color by code. The personal hygiene lesson included is washing hands. One level is cutting out and matching the pictures. The second level is sequencing on their own. There is a paper version of my interactive calendar routine, so they can use this to go through and still do a calendar even if your substitute doesn't know how to run your normal calendar. This is a pretty simple one to go through. There's a lot in here. This is a gross motor board, so this is a great opportunity for indoor recess or movement breaks. The way I would do it with my class is I would have students roll a dice to find a number. We would do whatever the activity was that matched that number, then cross it off and keep going until we filled up the board. There are 3 levels of writing. The first level is tracing sentences. The second level is a cut and paste to unscramble the sentences. And the third one is using the word bank to write sentences. For reading, there are 2 different books. The first one has longer sentences and a comprehension quiz where they write out their answers. The second one has more basic sentences and then picture comprehension. There are 2 levels of ABC order. This one is errorless, so the order's there for them. And then there are 2 more where they do the ABC order on their own. There are 3 cut and paste math worksheets for counting, and then 2 addition and 2 subtraction worksheets. The art project is this one is following directions to cut out all these pieces and assemble it to make a flower. If that is difficult, here's a second one where they can just follow the directions to color each petal a different color. Still a little bit more to show you. For fine motor, the first option is cutting out the 3 pieces and gluing together to make an ice cream cone. If that is too complex, with this version, students can use a bingo dotter or crayons to fill in the little circles. There are 2 levels of a poem. The first one has answering a question and then choosing the words that rhyme, and the second one, they're going to fill in their answers. There are 3 levels of spelling. Level 1 is tracing the spelling words. Level 2 is cutting out the letters and gluing in order to spell the words. And level 3 is writing the word. This is morning work, or it can be used anytime where you have a filler in the day. And they're just cutting out the flowers and gluing them into the scene. There are 8 versions of bingo cards, which is one of my class's favorite activities. And there are 3 levels of vocabulary. The first level is tracing the definition. The second level is gluing the picture in to match the definition. And the third version is writing the definition. You also get this guide, which I think is going to be really helpful with prepping this product. So this explains right here the way I would set it up in my classroom. And then right here, it tells you what the work is, how many levels there are, and then an explanation. So you can read through this and pick and choose. You might not want to do all of this. Maybe you don't need anything for science, but you need to do math. You can see what your options are for math really quickly. And then you can leave this for your substitute as well so they understand what's going on. This is my favorite part. This is a guide that you can do for your students in terms of what activity they should be doing. When you have so much differentiation, it can be difficult for your substitute to know which activity which student should be doing. So right here, you can write your student names and then just check what they're participating in. So in math, are they going to do the level 1, the cut and paste counting, or level 2, addition and subtraction? For personal hygiene, for lunch, you can choose all of those different options and your substitute will automatically know what your student is supposed to be doing. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.